Hey again guys, so I'm back with another review, and today that is on The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and as always I'll read you the inside flap. Despite the tumour shrinking medical miracle that has brought her a few years, Hazel has never been anything but terminal. Her final chapter inscribed upon diagnosis. But when a gorgeous plot twist named Augustus Waters suddenly appears at Cancer Kids support group, Hazel's story is about to be completely rewritten. Before I get into it, cover-wise, I really like this cover. It's bright and it's simple, and it doesn't detract anything. You know, it lets the story speak for itself. It doesn't plaster it all over the cover, and I really like that about it. But where to actually start with this review? I've really struggled trying to both write a review and record a review for this, because it's hard to get across just how brilliant it actually is. So I'll start off by saying that this is my first John Green book. I have not read any of his other novels, but that is going to change after reading this. I'm definitely going to be picking up his other books, and really soon actually. I'm a big fan of the Vlogbrothers, but I'd never actually picked up one of his books, so I thought, you know, it's about time that I did. And you know, about the time this was coming out, it was everywhere, so I thought, you know, I'm gonna give it a go. I mean, I think I was worried that with all the hype I wouldn't buy into it, I wouldn't get it on the same level that everybody else seems to, and I have to say I was wrong. I loved it. I was also skeptical that a book about cancer could make me laugh and cry. Again, I was wrong. I'm not a big reader of cancer books, J.D. Pickle or any of those sorts of books. I've only read two previous books about cancer, and that is Before I Die by Jenny Downham and A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. And I wasn't a big fan of Before I Die. I know the main character has cancer, and you know, you're supposed to feel for her, but I just thought she was a bitch and she treated everybody poorly, and dying or not, I didn't think that. I mean, of course she has a right to that to a certain extent, but it got to beyond the pale, I think, and I just got to the point where I was like, yes, you're dying, but all these other people, you know, they're involved. Don't be such a bitch. I mean, I might be being completely unreasonable, but that's how it came across to me. And Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks, I really liked it. Didn't love it, I really liked it, but the movie of that I thought was excellent, and I loved that movie. So I was kind of torn. One book I liked about cancer, one book I didn't, so I thought, you know, I'll give this one a go. And oh my gosh, I have never been so emotionally shattered by a book in my life. Like I've told you guys before, I'm not a crier. I mean, I'm not unemotional, I'm not a stone cold bitch or anything, but I just don't cry a lot. But this book had me tearing up, seriously, actual tears. But yeah, at the same time, at bits I was laughing out loud. And I wrote on my blog review when I was reading, friends and family were like, oh, what are you reading now? And I said, oh, The Fault in Our Stars. And they're like, what's that about? And I was like, well, it's about this, you know, teenage girl with cancer, and she's gonna die, but then she meets and falls in love with this boy, and it's just like hilarious. And they're like, how the hell is that funny? And I was like, well, yeah, I'm not getting it across the best way. You should really read it and find out how it's funny. And it's funny because of the characters' wit and intelligence. The way they answer and how they look at the world it's absolutely incredible. And my friends were like, yeah, right, I'll take your word for that. And I was like, no, it's not that they have cancer that is funny. It's their characters. Their characters aren't cancer. It's separate, and it was so beautiful. Everything about this book was just absolutely wonderful. And I said this on my review, this is the most beautiful piece of literature I've ever read. And I just, when I closed the final page, it was like, yes, it was sad, but at the same time it leaves you with this feeling of, I don't know what the feeling was. I was overwhelmed for sure, but I think it was sort of hope, and you just felt lighter somehow. I mean, yes, you were sad, but you somehow felt good at the same time. It's a bit like, this is a really bad comparison, by the way, but it kind of reminded me of when you read the play Hamlet. At the end, you know, everyone is practically dead, but the whole idea of a tragedy is at the end it's supposed to be cathartic, you know. You've gone through all these emotions and now you're left with this feeling of hope that all the corruption is gone and now, you know, Elsinore will be a better place, you know. It's a bit like that. This book makes you feel so much that at the end of it you're kind of drained but you feel good. It's that kind of feeling. I mean, I'm probably not getting this across in the way that I want to, but that's the comparison that I made in my mind. And so obviously this is a 5 out of 5 star book. I was blown away, and if you were a bit like me and reluctant to pick up this book because you were worried that, you know, everyone seems to really love it, will I get it? That sort of feeling, I would definitely say pick it up. It's absolutely beautiful and I can't recommend this enough. I've been banging on about this book to absolutely everyone now for 2 weeks. I read it about 2 weeks ago and I have not shut up about it at all. So definitely check it out. I will be getting John Green's other books with my birthday gift cards and stuff, so I will probably read those soon, or at least some of them. I don't want to read them all in one go, but I was so excited, and like I wrote this on my blog, this book made me proud to be a nerd fighter, a reader, and a human being. It was just stunning, really. There aren't words enough to do this book justice, and I genuinely feel that way, and I would recommend this book to absolutely everyone in the world. Everyone. I've recommended it to friends and they're like, oh well, lend us your copy and we'll read it and we'll tell you. And I was like, no, you're not having my copy. It's my baby now. I'm not going to lend you like the best book I've ever read, am I? No, don't be stupid. I was a bit devastated. My book is not signed. Was kind of heartbroken, and I like went around to all bookshops in my area, like frantically searching for a signed one because this one didn't come signed, and not one of them was signed. So I was very heartbroken, but oh well, one has to move on. Life is not a wish granting factory. Quote. Right, I will see you guys soon with another review, and happy reading.